Hello, I'm Brett Crocker, and today we're going to be doing our third skills-based lesson. And the one I'm going to be doing today is going to be on advocacy. And advocacy is going to be it's going to be a pretty unique skill because it's going to be relying pretty heavily on the building block of the interpersonal communication lesson. So we will be kind of touching on that. So I'm going to be doing a 7th and 8th grade classroom, and then like I said, we're going to be teaching advocacy. And then the SEL competency is going to be social awareness, because that's kind of what advocating is making certain causes that you feel passionate about and raising awareness for them or speaking on behalf of them. So this class would start out, I would kind of touch on interpersonal communication, because like I said, advocating is using interpersonal communication skills. So you want to kind of refresh that for them because kids, they'll probably forget something. So after that, we'd go over advocating, what it is. So I'd tell them it's having this passion, and talking about it in a respectful manner. You're not trying to bombard people with your opinion, but also you want to kind of raise awareness to the topic. And then after we kind of just talk about it, I'd give them examples. So it could be a company advocating for their product, buy our product, it does this, this, and this. And then it could also be a group of people trying to protect an endangered species. So it can be a variety of things. So advocating can be used in multiple situations, and it's a good skill to have. So that's why I think it's important to teach it. And then, so after I give them examples, I would have them get a piece of paper and just list a couple things that they feel passionate about, something that they could realistically see themselves advocating about. And then I'd have them choose one and make a poster on it. So the poster would have certain sets of criteria. It would be creative. You would have to, have some kind of hard fact or whatever you're trying to advocate for. So say I was trying to advocate for an endangered animal, I would have to have some facts behind that. I have to say this animal only has 100 of them left, say 40% of them died last year due to poachers, some kind of evidence to back up your claims. You don't want to have baseless claims because then it just kind of makes what you're trying to advocate for look, people are going to try and poke holes through them. So you want to have that. And then I had something else. You also got to show why you would want to advocate for this. Like, why is this topic something that you feel passionate about enough to speak for or speak on behalf of it? Because people, when you advocate for something, people are going to, play devil's advocate. They're going to try and take what you're saying and, sometimes turn it against you, support the other side of it. So you really got to, it's kind of like a debate. You kind of got to have some kind of knowledge based on it with using facts. So then after that, after they made the poster, they pass it in, I'd grade it. So the performance indicators I chose were E1 and E2. E1 is the interpersonal communication. Like I said, you're talking to people about said topic, trying to get your point across in a concise and respectful manner. So that's all using communication standards. And then I said E2 because E2 is dealing with advocacy. And the main thing about advocacy, I feel, is that you want to be respectful in your topic. You don't, like I previously said, you don't want to bombard people with your opinion. You do want to make it so you are respectful, so people respect what you're trying to say. So I would use the poster for a formative assessment. I think the poster is it's going to, allow the kids to be creative. It's not going to be write a paper on advocacy, here's a test on advocacy. It's take something that you personally could see yourself advocating about. I mean, you don't ever have to do it if you don't want to, but it's just putting you in a situation where you have to advocate for something that you actually do feel strongly about. And I think people will really enjoy that because it's personal. It's not, it's kind of fact-based, but it's not, it's your opinion on something. So it's personal. It's not something that somebody can tell you, no, you can't advocate for that. So I think that would really make them think about this in a serious sense. And then also it's just giving them practice with advocating in case they do want to do something advocating in the future. If they ever do feel strongly enough about a cause that they want to join a protest or something like that, they can advocate in a respectful manner. Uh, so yeah, in general, I did kind of want to stay away from exit slips because I know you said that try and find a different way to have a formative assessment. So I think this poster would be a good, probably a better substitution for that to kind of see where they're at. And this could be something that I could see you kind of going over this in a week for a class. Like if you have a class like 2 or 3 times a day, you could have take a day to talk about advocacy and then do the poster for another class. So I think this is something that could take up a couple classes because I do think that advocacy is a topic that should take time. There's not really much to it, but there's a lot of feelings when it comes to advocacy because people are advocating for something that they do feel strongly about. So I think learning how to communicate respectfully beforehand and then showing them why you need to communicate respectfully in these situations and why you need to really be respectful to other people and their opinions is because advocacy is dealing with something that could make a lot of people mad if you don't go about it the right way. So that's why I think advocacy is important. And that's how I run a class about advocacy. Thank you.